Okay, welcome to lesson 2. Lesson 2 is all about algebra functions. In this lesson, we have three subtopics: the evaluation of functions, operations of functions, and composition of functions. So, let us just take one step at a time. So, let's discuss first evaluation of functions. So now, how to evaluate functions? Paano kaya? Hmm? Okay, so let's have first the definition on how to evaluate functions. In evaluating a function means replacing the variable in the function, in this case, the x, with a value from the function's domain and computing for the result. Very clear. We have to replace the x. Same as with our life. Ang dapat gawin sa ating mga ex, sa inyong mga ex, hindi dapat iniiyakan, hindi dapat ipaglaban. You need to assess first, you need to evaluate first if ang ex mo, deserve ba niyang ipaglaban? Deserve ba niya yung mga luha na galing sa mga mata mo? Again, let me repeat, in evaluating the functions, hindi dapat iniiyakan si X. Hindi dapat ipaglaban si X. Anong gagawin? Okay, tama, iyak ka lang. Ibuhos mo lahat. Bukas, bumangon ka, sabihin mo, eto na ako, handa na ako, at anong gagawin? Replace the value of X. Palitan lang natin si X. So let's have an example. Okay, but before that, have you seen that one? Take note. Y is equal to f of x. Y is equal to function of x. So this is read as y equals f of x. Or y is a function of x. That is not read as y is equal to f times x. Remember, the right way in reading that one is y equals f of x, or y is a function of x. So let's proceed to the example for better understanding on how to evaluate functions. Start. Number 1. Example. Evaluate the following functions at x is equal to 1.5. So letter A, function of x or f of x is equal to 2x plus 1. For letter B, the q of x is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 2. And for letter C, the g of x is equal to the square root of x plus 1. And for letter D, r of x is equal to 2x plus 1 all over x minus 1. So let's discuss each example on how to evaluate functions. Again, let us always remember that the only thing in evaluating the function, we have to replace x. Palitan si x. Huwag mong iyakan. Dapat lang palitan. Okay? Let's proceed to the examples. Let us evaluate the following functions at x is equal to 1.5. Again, how to evaluate the functions? In evaluating the functions, we substitute the value of x to the given functions. Same as in our life. Anong ginagawa nyo kay x? Iniiyakan. Ipinaglaban. Mali. Bakit? Ano ba kasi ang dapat gawin kay x? Sabi nga, replace the value of x. Again, huwag iyakan si x. Anong gagawin? Simply, palitan lang si x. Si x na 1.5. So, let's start. In the given functions of function of x is equal to 2x plus 1. In evaluating the functions, do not change anything on the equation. Huwag mong baguhin ang equation. Do not change anything. Simply substitute the value of x. So, let's start. Nasaan yung x dito? Nandito. So, copy the equation of f. Next, ano yung x natin? Palitan. Anong gagawin? Palitan, huwag iyakan. So, our x is equal to 1.5. Is equal to, again, do not change anything on the original equation. Copy the original equation and simply substitute the value of x. So, copy 2. Anong gagawin kay x? Again, wag mong iyakan, best. Dapat mo lang palitan. Palitan si x. Anong nangyari? Nawala na si x, nagiging 1.5. Diba? Ang saya. Hindi ka na umiiyak, hindi ka na humahabol sa kanya. Kasi anong ginagawa mo? Pinalitan mo lang siya. Anong nangyari? Siya na ang humahabol sa'yo. Again, do not change anything on the equation. Yan. The first step, substitute the value of x. Anong gagawin? Copy the 2. X ay nagiging 1.5. Copy plus and copy 1. Did you get the point, class? So let's proceed. So anong gagawin? We have to solve. We have to evaluate right after substituting the value of x. Okay, so what will happen next? So it will become f of 1.5 is equal to, again, now, another rule in evaluating the functions. We have to apply the PEMDAS. What does PEMDAS stand for? Parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Ito na. So sa prinsipyo naman ng pagmamahalan natin, kapag nagamit mo na, kapag natikman mo na, tsaka mo na siya iwan. Kapag hindi mo pa nagamit, hindi mo pa natikman, stay pa lang siya. So, ano mangyari? 2 times 1.5 plus 1. So, ano mangyari? We have to simplify first because we need to simplify what's in the parentheses. 2 times 1.5 is equal to 3. 3, copy plus, and copy 1. Ayan. Anong sabi ko kanina? Sir, nasaan si 2? Nasaan si 1.5? Diba? Sa prinsipyo ng pagmamahalan, kapag nagamit mo na si 2 at saka si 1.5, nawala. Bakit biglang nawala? Kasi nagamit mo na. Saka mo na ibigay sa barkada. Bakit si plus? Bakit si 1? Nandyan pa. Kinakopy natin. Kasi kapag hindi mo pa siya nagamit, stay lang muna. Do not change it if hindi mo pa nagamit. Huwag mo nang ibigay. Huwag mo munang palitan if hindi mo pa nagamit. So, nasaan si 2 at saka 1.5? Wala na kasi minomultiply na natin, ginamit na natin, saka na siya nawala. Pagkatapos gamitin, pagkatapos pagsawahan, saka mo na siya ibigay sa iyong barkada. So, next, let's simplify. So, f of 1.5, ayan, don't tell me, you will ask me, sir, what's the result of 3 plus 1? So, easy. Basically, 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Ayan. Therefore, our function of 1.5 is equal to 4. And this is our answer. For example, letter A. What about example letter B? Start from the previous example. Letter B is equal to, ano yun? Q of x is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 2. Let me repeat the steps in evaluating the functions. Again, we have to substitute the value of x. Palitan lang si x. Do not change anything from the equation. Palitan si x. Huwag mong iyakan, huwag mong habulin, huwag mong ipanglaban. Try to evaluate if your relationship is worth fighting for. Try to evaluate bago mo siya ipaglaban. Assess first yourself. Assess first your ex if karapat-dapat ba siyang ipaglaban. Ganyan dapat sa buhay. Hindi basta-basta iiyak, hindi basta-basta lalaban, hindi basta-basta gagawin anong dapat gawin. You have to evaluate it first for you not to be hurt. Again, anong gagawin kay ex? Huwag nating iyakan. Dapat nating palitan. Palitan mo na. Huwag mo nang iyakan. Walang kwenta yun. O, yan. It's equal to, wait. Ano mangyari kay Q of x? Hindi ko pinalitan. Ayan tuloy, nagkamali ako. Pag hindi mo mapalitan si x, ibig sabihin, nagkamali ka na. Kaya, gusto mong itama ang iyong buhay, palitan mo si x. Alisin mo na sa iyong buhay yan. Anong gagawin kay x squared? So, x, substitute the value of x. That is 1.5. Again, let me repeat. Do not change anything from the equation. So, copy squared. Copy minus. Copy 2. And substitute the value of x, which is 1.5. Copy plus. And copy 2. Anong first step natin? anong ginagawa natin? We simply substitute the value of x 1.5, pero hindi natin ginalaw ang original equation. So let's proceed. Simplified PEMDAS. So Q of 1.5 is equal to 1.5 square. 1.5, ibig sabihin ng square, 1.5 times 1.5. Square nga, di ba? Hindi yan times 2 ha. When a number is raised to a number, we need to say that is how many times you need to multiply the number by itself. So 1.5 square, so meaning 1.5 times 1.5, that is equal to 2.25. Okay, class? You can use your calculator for easy calculations. So 1.5 square is equal to 2.25. So copy minus 2 times 1.5. Use your calculator. So that is 3. Then copy plus, copy 2. Question, sir, nasaan si 1.5 square, sir? Nasaan si 2 saka nasaan si 1.5? Bakit si plus at saka si 2 na lang ang natira? Again, kapag nagamit mo na, kapag natikman mo na, kapag nagpagsawaan mo na, iwanan mo na, bigay mo na sa barkada. So 1.5 square is equal to 2.25. Minus 2.1.5. 2 times 1.5 is 3. Si plus at saka si 2, andyan pa. Kasi hindi pa siya nagamit. So, let's start. Again, let's simplify next. So, Q of 1.5 is equal to, yan, you have to simplify it first. There are so many ways in simplifying this number. 2.5 plus 2, that is 4.25. Minus 3, that is 1.25. Okay? Again, 2 plus 2.25 plus 2, that is 4.25. And 4.25 minus 3 is 1.25. Therefore, our Q of 1.5 is equal to 1.25. As simple as that. That is how we are going to evaluate the functions. That is how we are going to evaluate the functions. For letter C, it's just easy. Ano yung say natin? The g of x is equal to square root of x plus 1. Ano yung first step natin? Again, we have to substitute the value of x as 1.5. Do not change anything from the equation. Oops, kamali ako. So, 1.5 is equal to square root of 1.5 plus 1. So, g of 1.5 is equal to 1.5 plus 1. Do not change anything from the equation. Simply copy. Kapag nagamit, alis na. Kapag hindi pa nagamit, stay. 1.5 plus 1, that is 2.5. Question, is 2.5 a perfect square? No. So, stay as it is. So, therefore, our g of 1.5 is equal to 2.5. And let's proceed to the last example. Letter D. Our r of x is equal to 2x plus 1 all over x minus 1. Again, what is the first step in evaluating the functions? We have to substitute the value of x to the given equation and do not change anything from the equation. Substitute as the first step. R of 1.5 is equal to, copy the 2, substitute the value of x, so it will become 1.5, copy the plus sign, and copy 1. All over, ano yung x natin? 1.5 minus 1. Then, simplify. Apply the rule of PEMDAS. So, 1.5 is equal to 2 times 1.5, that is 3. Again, you can use your calculator for easy calculations. 2 times 1.5 is equal to 3. Copy the plus and copy 1. Hindi pa nagamit si plus, hindi pa nagamit si 1, kaya andyan pa siya. Si 2 at saka si 1.5 nawala na, nagiging 3. Bakit? Kasi ginamit na natin. What about the denominator? 1.5 minus 1. 1.5 minus 1. Simple. That is equal to 0.5. So, simplify it now. Our r of 1.5 is equal to, so 3 plus 1, that is 4 all over 0.5. Is that the final answer? Not yet. So, because 4 over 0.5 can still be simplified. So again, you can use your calculator class or cell phone for you to easily answer the given equation. So 4 divided by 0.5 or 4 over 0.5, the result is 8. So that's it. Therefore, our R of 1.5 is equal to 8. Again, this is how we are going to evaluate the functions. Ano yun? Simply replace the value of x to the given equation. Do not change anything from the equation and simplify using the rule of PEMDAS. Okay, so this part, we are going to evaluate the given piecewise functions. These equations, as you can see, this is what we called as the piecewise functions. So, if f of x is equal to x squared minus x plus 4, if x is less than 2, and x minus 2 if x is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, listen. This part, the two part, the x less than 2 and the x greater than or equal to, this is what we called as the condition. Condition meaning to say, we are going to use this equation if their condition is being satisfied. Like for example, x squared minus x plus 4. We are going to use this equation if x is less than 2. Again, x is less than 2. Try to focus on this. When we say x is less than 2, okay, go back to the elementary topic. So, saan nakaharap yung angle, yung symbol? Yung symbol nakaharap kay 2. Ibig sabihin, si 2 ang mas malaki kay x. So, ano yung mga values ni x na para makapag-satisfy the equation? So, therefore, the values of x are 1, 0, and the negative numbers because x is less than 2. Again, we need to find the values that will satisfy the given condition. On the other hand, x minus 2, we are going to use this equation if the condition is being satisfied. Like for example, what is the condition of x minus 2? We are going to use this equation again if x is greater than or equal to 2. Greater than or equal to 2. So, saan nakaharap yung symbol? So, yung symbol nakaharap kay x. Ibig sabihin, anong sabi ko? Kung sino yung nasa harapan, ibig sabihin, siya yung mas malaki. So, since x nasa harapan ng baba, siya yung nakanganga, so ibig sabihin, si x ang mas malaki kay 2. What about this line? So, this symbolizes that the value of x may be equal to 2. So, ibig sabihin, ano yung mga values ni x na makapag-satisfy the equation? Values of x that can satisfy the equation. Of course, we have the 3, 4, 5 because x is greater than or equal to 2. Like for example, letter A. Let's focus on letter A. So A, f of 0. A is f of 0. Question, which equation will be used if f is equal to 0? Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to find if f of 0, which of these conditions that f of 0 can satisfy, the given conditions. Saan dyan? Let's try. X greater than 2. X daw is greater than 2. Less than, x is less than 2. So, 0 less than 2. Saan nakaharap yung symbol? So, yung symbol nakaharap kay 2. Ibig sabihin, mas maliit si 0. So, meaning sabihin, 0 can satisfy this equation. On the other hand, ano yung pangalawa? X greater than or equal to 2. Ano yung x natin? 0. If 0 greater than or equal to 2. Now, saan nakaharap yung symbol? Yung symbol ay nakaharap kay 0. So, ibig sabihin, sa symbol na to, mas malaki si 0 kaysa kay 2. Is that correct? Wrong. Kasi si 2 ay mas malaki kumpara kay 0. So, ibig sabihin, sa ang kondisyon, magagamit si f of 0. Again, if f of 0 can satisfy the first equation. Ito. So, ibig sabihin, we are going to use the x greater than x is less than 2. Kasi nga, 0 is less than 2. Yung symbol nakaharap kay 2. Ibig sabihin, since this 0 can satisfy this condition, ibig sabihin, we are going to use its equation. Anong equation niya? F of x is equal to x squared minus x plus 4. Again, let me repeat. Bakit yung first equation ginamit natin? Kasi the value of 0 can satisfy its condition, which is x is less than 2. We cannot use the second condition. So, what will happen? Same as the previous lesson, we are going to evaluate. How to evaluate? Simply substitute the value of x to 0. Ano yung x natin? 0. Therefore, f of 0 is equal to substitute the value of x. 0 squared minus substitute the value of x 0 and do not change anything from the equation. Copy plus and copy 4. So therefore, our f of 0 is equal to 0 plus 0. So this is 4. 0 squared is 0. So 4 plus 0 plus 0, that is 4. Therefore, our f of 0 is equal to 4. And that is our letter A. Let's proceed to letter B. What is our letter B? F of 2. Yan. For f of 2, again, ano yung gagawin natin? We have to find in which condition that this value can satisfy to the condition. Let's try to evaluate first. X greater than 2. Less than 2, I mean. X less than 2. So, 2. Anong x natin? 2. 2 less than 2. Is it correct? Is 2 less than 2? Wrong. Kasi 2 dapat is equal to 2. So, ibig sabihin, we cannot use this equation. This condition. What about the other one? X greater than or equal to 2. Anong x natin? 2 greater than or equal to 2. Is this equation satisfied? Ayan. This is satisfied. Again, 2 because 2 is equal to 2. So therefore, in the function of 2, we are going to use the second equation. Because the second equation, the value of 2 can satisfy its condition. So ano yung f natin? F of x, again, we are going to use the second equation. X minus 2. So again, let's repeat how to evaluate the function. Simply substitute the value of x to the given value of x. So f of 2 is equal to x minus 2. Oops, you have to substitute. Ano yung value of x natin? 2. So 2 minus 2. Therefore, our f of 2 is equal to 2 minus 2 is 0. That's it. For letter C, yan, ano yung C natin? F of 5. Again, ano yung condition ginagamit natin? This is the condition that we are going to use because the value of 2 can satisfy this equation. Ito siya. Next, sa C. For letter C, F of 5. Some condition. Which condition that the value of 5 can satisfy the certain condition? So, x less than 2 and x greater than or equal to 2. Ano yung x natin? 5. Let's try to substitute. 5 less than 2 and 5 greater than or equal to 2. Saan dyan yung tama? Is 5 less than 2. Saan nakaharap yung symbol? Nakaharap yung symbol kay 2. Ibig sabihin, sa condition na to, sa equation na to, mas malaki si 2. Is that correct? Is 2 greater than 5? No. Is 5 less than 2? No. Kasi si 5 ay mas malaki kay 2. Dapat yung symbol makaharap kay 5. Ibig sabihin, we are not going to use this condition. What about the other side? 5 greater than or equal to 2. Saan nakaharap yung symbol? Kay 5. 5 nakaharap yung symbol. Ibig sabihin ay 5 ay mas malaki kay 2. Which is right. Kasi 5, basically, in mathematics, 5 is really greater than 2. So we are going to use this condition. In what equation we are going to use?
second equation again because the condition is being satisfied. So we are going to use the second equation. Our f of x is equal to x minus 2. So simplify. Our substitute the value of x, f of 5 is equal to, ano yun? 5 minus 2. So therefore, our f of 5 is equal to 3. Therefore, our function of 5 is equal to 3. Again, let's repeat. The first thing that we need to consider for us to know in which equations that we are going to use, we have to assess which condition will be satisfied by the given values of x. Again, 0, ayan na, A, B, C. So, meaning to say, that is how we are going to evaluate the given piecewise functions. And that ends our lesson for the evaluation of functions. If you have some questions, you can PM Sir Arnel V. Cadusale, or you can comment down in the comment box, and I will upload this video tutorial to my YouTube channel. And please don't forget to subscribe, Teacher R. Thank you for listening. We have a good day. We have a good night. May God bless us all.